Hey, g'day everyone. Just for those who are probably watching the recording, because I haven't got any other takers on being in the meeting at the moment, so it's okay. I've decided to just spend a little bit of time in my Scrivener and the yes, I was going to go over to Scrivener and just watching a couple of crafting memoir YouTube videos, but I think I might just watch those later. Look, I'm just going to pop in and start doing a share screen of those particular ones because I do actually want to watch some. Oh, God. The way my mouse is not grabbing the screen like it normally does. Let's have a look at that. Okay, let's have a look. Because I want to actually share a screen that is going to be my Scrivener screen first, and that's going to be a tab. No, it's not that one. I want the window. Oh, why is that? It's not coming up with what I want it to. Hold on a sec. Because I don't want a Chrome tab as such. Look, I will just take you through the community first. And I think I have done this before. But just in case you haven't, what you're going to be seeing, and I do have to extend it a little bit. Now, as far as I'm aware, you're just seeing what is the community page here. I've got it on the live streams and video, which you can see. Here we are with the Boomer Press community tab at the top. And then if you want to switch to one of the other groups, it lists there, reading the cards, or it shows it on this side here. So we're actually in the Boomer Press community here. And I'm going to make announcements in this particular area. As you can see, it pops up when I'm actually live within the community. So I'm currently live. It's showing up as the white screen against the dark background, which is really quite good. And you can see from here, if you are actually a person who does know Discord, this is very similar to the Discord area. Like it's a sort of, it's got similarities. So that what you've got here is, announcements. I'm in there. The general chat. These are called the channels, or in Discord it's called channels. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing here. So there is the general chat. It actually is leaving this particular notification for the book Nook, the Boomer Press book Nook, to be visual there. The description stays the same over here on the right, like that's staying in there all the time. So you can see that, and it's got that quick link to the website. So I think that's a great thing to have. So similar thing with the announcements. This chat area, this description of the group stays there so that you don't lose where you're at, as far as this is definitely the Boomer Press members community area. So from there, you just find which channel you want to put things into when you're posting. It will allow you to do posts here. So you'd introduce yourself. What you're doing is putting a title, and what's on your mind is like we do with social media or other spaces, Discord, a new group like here. You put what's on your mind as far as you're doing a little introduction of who you are, where you are, what sort of books you like to read, that type of thing, or whether you are a writer, you would actually put what sort of genre and etc. you're going to do. And this is where you can change. Well, you can't now, you're in it. To make the post. Anyway, so I've put my 2 introductions in there. So when I created it was about 4 months ago. You can tell here from the time that's there. So there's my Ros Boundy, and Abigail Betts is my pen name. So, and it will tell you when when the particular person has made a comment. So in this case, it's Boomer Press itself, which is the admin, me, myself, and I, created a new comment here. So there's the introduction, and there it is, a comment that's there. It's pretty standard, and you just click away. And this is mentioning the ones that we've had. I'm putting up the link there. There's the link if you ever lose it. It's the same link each time, but from here you can actually click into it and go into the room from here as well. All you have to do is join in with the community. I'm assuming if you're getting in here right now, that's where you'll be. And, some other categories, or, well, there can be categories or their channels. So there's the marketing channel. It's got its own little setting there to set it up. So they are called channel names, as you can see there. Everything's editable, but that's usually by the admin. And here we've got what could be available to you if you so choose is a course, and it's called Unlock Your Writing Potential course. Okay. Now, as you can see from these tabs, there's the discussion up the top. Here is the learning tab. So if you've purchased the course, you would have that here. It's got the price level there, and you would open it once you are actually in the course. I'm just going to show the front end of it if it opens, and it is going to. So this is what you would see as that opening page. There you go, entry level course, and it will start from there. Now that is for the course participants, the students, etc. So you've got to purchase it to actually be in it, or have won it at one of my expo gift prizes type of thing. So that's what's here at the moment in the Boomer Press community. I am planning on spending more time in here, and these little 9 doovers mean you've got the communities or the courses. So once there is more than the one course, there will be more added shortly. How shortly that is, how long's a piece of string, how big's the fish that you've caught. I'm wondering if I'm even being seen here. Yes, yeah, I am. That's all right. Cool. As far as the recording goes. So that actually is where I'm up to with showing you the actual Boomer Press community. It is an easy to access space, and it's fairly logical in how each of these things show up. So there we go. I'm at the home one. Here we've got the learning part with the course. There is only the one at the moment, but that will be added onto. There we have the list of members so far, and we'll continue onwards. It does show the list of events. So as there's more added to this, there potentially will be a few more, and depending on what day is agreed by those, I will be sending a poll out for those who are in the course as to what nights they'd like a regular catch-up for a weekly lesson time, so that if you're needing that personalised help as you're moving through the course, it's available. But I haven't set a day for those yet. The leaderboard is, I've got no idea. It's an area I have not explored. I know it popped up as the part of creating this. So there's pretty much 9 levels set here. I have no idea how to use them or what we do within them. I dare say the further you go into it, that there will be little steps gifted along the way. That's the intention. I think that's what it's about. But I'm learning all of this at the same time that you are. If you're new here, you're not far behind me being a newbie as well. It's not a very old community, so there's not a great deal in it yet, but that's going to grow as we continue to just share this space together, so that if there are other channels that you're wanting to set up, like a writer's corner and that type of thing, it's what we'll do. I'm here for you rather than, me just setting something up to blow my own horn. It's not what it's about. I'm wanting to have the ability to share with you what I know in a way that, we can journey together in that writing craft and the process and the publishing and whatever. But there certainly will need to be some times where you are needing to purchase some of the services that, available here on the Boomer Press website. Go and have a look at that. I'll probably share that in a second. I'll stop sharing this screen because I think I have to do it this way, or does it shift across? No. I think I have to stop sharing this one. So we'll go and take you through the website quickly. I've just got to remember how to do this one. So it's a Chrome tab and it would be this one. And here is the Boomer Press website. Okay. That's looking fairly big on the screen, isn't it? I'm just going to see if it does make a difference if I'm pulling things in. Does it show them a little bit smaller? Let me check the screen. Shows it the same, doesn't it? I think it just makes what I'm looking at harder to read. It does make that harder to read. And there is the website in the chat as well. That's if you've come into here now. I don't think I've got anyone else knocking on the door, so to speak. No, it's just me. So checking before I go along, because I have done it before where there's been people a person. I'm new at doing this. It's not something that I've done many of within the Soul Software arena, because that's where I'm broadcasting this from Soulpreneurs, not my usual eCam setup. So I'm finding it is reasonably versatile. Oh, okay, and that does a gallery. And then if this is very similar really to what would be I think Oreo is saying there's somebody outside. This is very similar to a Zoom type and style of presenting. So there's the opening page to the Boomer Press. And it's got a bit of description about what it is that has been created. It is for helping you to gain those different steps, taking those different steps. Of course, the visionary and founder is me. Marketing and branding is being provisioned by Michelle of Design Studios. And I think she's got another name too, but another section of her business that does broader counselling style. But it is the marketing and branding for your book publications that we're doing it pretty much like a joint venture, and Steph, our customer service girl as well. So it's bringing to you the different types of things that we're able to help you with. That includes, the editing, proofreading, if you need help along the way of tips and methods of starting your writing, the little courses. So once you've actually got a book published, so here we have it. Initially, it does need to have that time chatting together so that we can discuss what you actually need, because each and every person is going to be at a different stage and is going to have a different requirement in what you need to be stepping through. And, you don't want to be paying for services that you don't need. So I don't do a package. It really is along the way of creating for you what is a plan that's going to work for you. So here we are with that. That would be the next step after we've created a plan. And then you will have a guide to what the cost may be for you particularly, and that we'd find reasonable pathways for you to then see your results, to be able to get that is your book out there and published. And then from that stage, part of that might be that you want to take the course. We've got the entry level one at the moment, is active, Unlock Your Writing Potential, and classes will start, as in it's not structured, they're not structured as in, I have to do them this week, do some homework and be ready for next week. It is a self-paced style, but I will be doing a weekly lesson. And once we get going with the flow of this particular course, the Unlock Your Writing Potential, there will be a scheduled day. From there, it's going to be one that is being created, Elevate Your Writing Craft, not quite finished in the writing yet. I haven't finished that. And Mastering the Art of Being an Author in Business is going to be using the Renegade, not the Renegade, I forgot. There's a course that I have purchased into that I'm able to use that as a learning tool and basis to create this, that is the Art of Being an Author in Business. So that one is definitely coming, but a lot further away at the moment. Okay, because I'm learning to be able to show you what is possible in those extended areas. Okay. And here we have the memoirs page that will show you through some of the various reasons why. What are you stepping through that thought process of, do you want to do a memoir because you want to write your story as a chronological history type of story for your kids? Or is there a particular challenge that you've faced in your life that you've been able to overcome, and it really is a story of strength and courage and being, to show others as an inspiration that they might be inspired by you, or that you just want to tell the story and how you got through something. A lot of them that I read are along that line. You might want to do something like that. Various reasons. So there we go. So give that a bit of a read. And there's a few little FAQs that'll build on as I get information from you as a client. What do you want to know? Ask the questions and I'll be able to put them, the answers into the website as well, so that others can be guided by it too. So, and here we've got the tab that is the community one, that's got the link to where we are now, which is the membership to the community. For some of you, this might be all you're wanting to actually look into is the services. So because it is something that I need to have a chat with you about, there is that complete a form. It would be really great if you could. You can certainly fill that out. There's another link to it under here as well. Read through the website at your leisure, but it is doing the editing services, so the writing services, a bit of the book coaching, or even ghost writing, because not that I would be doing your ghost writing for you, I wouldn't be, but there are spaces and places on the web where you can get some help with a writer, connecting with a writer that would suit your style and voice. If you don't feel that you can write it yourself, it is a fee, of course, with any of this type of work, ghostwriting as well. The manuscript development and fleshing out your book and concept, it just depends on what you're actually needing. I I would love to read your words and help you to move them around that gives you a pleasing feel, for what is your voice and how you would actually like it to be written. That's where I'm so looking forward to helping you out. The editing. There's different types, as it says there, your developmental, copyright, line editing, proofreading. My skill is in the proofreading. The other editings, yes, it depends on what level of editing that you're needing as to where it would be sourced, who, cost, that type of thing. So it's definitely bespoke service. Okay, and then you get to, once you've got something that you're wanting to work to that final manuscript, cover design. You might need to start with that because it can bring some of that inspiration to write, to really have you focus on, here's a completed potential cover that gets you inspired to move it forward. There's a lot of different ways and reasons for doing different things like that. The layout, the formatting, I use Vellum or Atticus, so both of those are potentially able to be used to do your books. So that's part of the services that I would be doing for you. Illustrations can be worked on by Michelle, or there are sources that we use to be able to bring that to you as well. And then it's the final stepping through the actual publishing. I do use the Amazon space for the publishing at the moment. I know of and can guide toward the other ways of publishing that are not just Amazon. I haven't used them personally yet, but that could be something that would be that joint learning curve for, stepping through the process together. That'd be fun. And that would usually be, some of the other names are Ingram Spark or Drafted Digital or Kobo, places like that, or even smaller private publishing houses. But there needs to be care with that, because there are some certainly vanity presses out there that are all too ready to promise you heaps, charge you the earth, and deliver nothing. So there needs to be some discernment around that, and I can help you with that, with the connections that I have in the authoring world as well. So have a read through that, and certainly the last place and space to look at with most websites is the contact us. And it's a quick and easy way to email. If you don't know their email address, can't find it, there it is. You've got some frequently asked questions there as well. Just write your message and I get back to you as soon as I can. Not that I want this to be an advert. I want this to be community that we're going to be able to build together and share time and space and ask you questions as we go along. Certainly when it needs to be something that you do need to start paying for at particular times, well, that's what it's going to be. That's something that's negotiated. Okay, just ask the questions and I can certainly answer them for you to the best of my ability. No guarantees, but it's a fun journey to keep moving through, moving on with, is this writing. I'm really enjoying it and just want to share it and help you along your pathway as well. So that's what I'm going to leave it at for tonight. I've got some writing tools open already. I'm just going to show you as a reminder, and I'll be going through some of this a little more detail as we go along, whether it's in the course or whether it's here in this room just to help you along. Tell me what sort of tools you use for writing as well. And I'll post that in the community, as in I'll ask that question in the community as well. Just want to do that one share yet. That is, now that's a different window, isn't it? So that would be, I've got to try and remember how I'm doing this. I don't want the entire screen. It's not a Chrome tab, and I'm not sure how it's coming up. Maybe if I open Scrivener, let me see if it's coming up as an option. Yeah, I didn't have the right thing open. So here we go. This is Scrivener, and I'm not sure if you've seen it before or not, but this one is a memoir test that I created as an example with one of the live streams I did, whether it was here in this community or on the YouTube. Excuse me. It could be on the Boomer Press YouTube channel as one of the episodes that I've done there previously. So you can certainly have a look at that too. I'll put that link in the community for the YouTube. Sometimes it's just a lot easier to go to that. So as you can see here, I've got this as an example, the memoir test, to create it as a novel. So you'd start off, and this Scrivener actually gives you from templates instructions along the way. So I probably will use this as part of the course example, and even some of these sessions with the Boomer Press book, like we're doing tonight. And when it comes to the lessons for the course, it will be a lot more detailed. But you can see where there's the manuscript, and you can put characters in. So you put your people, for places. The front matter is that you'd normally put in, and it's using the different formats. Notes are things that you'd find in anywhere. Usually it has been a notebook, but in this digital format, it just keeps it all so tidily together as you're referencing and researching. And you can see the sample output. There's nothing much in these at the moment, but it's giving the samples of the standard. I think I've chucked that from what was this manuscript into here. Don't know, but we'll explore all that a lot in a bit more detail in one form or another. So, not sure what the timeout thing was. It's a bit weird. I just had something turn up on my screen that was a bit odd. Didn't like that sharing, I don't think. Anyway, thanks for joining me in watching the replay. Certainly put in the chat or comment area or whatever shows up for you that you've watched it, because I'd really appreciate knowing that. And putting questions there with it as well if you've got specific questions to ask. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Lovely to see you next week. Bye for now.